Right, Teresa, three sizes, so first, second, and third, and they have to be different levels amount-wise, but I think there's some $1,000 and the other two, 300.
What's our so this is the number where
Yeah, the total
we
amount
can
to
divide this.
allocate.
Can you divide that?
There may be one person we're switching times.
That's a big coffee cup. And I have
Right.
piping hot.
You good, Jack? All right. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Teresa Quinn, and I am the program manager of the entrepreneurship program here at Clark. I kind of looked at that camera weird. This is a good time to tell you. I'm sure that they're going to be happy that I'm sharing this with you. Be careful when you're presenting pictures. If you stand in front of the camera. If you stand in front of the camera, then no one can see, because it is being live streamed, so make sure your friends and family are watching, and also recorded. They kind of moved it up here, but be careful of that. Mine is going to be real quick here. I'm not going to take a lot of time because we've got some fantastic pitches to listen to tonight. I just want to do some quick thank yous. First of all, thank you, judges, for fighting the traffic, driving up from down south, everything, and getting here to do this. We appreciate you so much. And Emily. Emily is a rock star, I'm sure we all know, and she brought this idea to me a couple years ago, and I said, run with it, and she hasn't stopped since. And she's just done such a great job fine-tuning the pitches with the students and working with them and really mentoring them, and I'm so thankful for her for that. A couple other quick things. I want to point out that our dinner is by David Lai. I said Lee earlier. Poor guy spelled his name wrong in my first program. He probably is just wondering about me. He started his own business in my class called Taste of Asia, and he is actually a vendor here at Clark. So any department on campus can hire him, just like any other vendor. Taste of Asia, David Lai, and yummy food. And I think this is his third catering event. Yes? Second.
You delivered to New York?
Yes, and then I also wanted to point out the brownies that are back there, another student business, Comfort Foods. They are also a vendor here on campus, just like any other vendor. They had to go through all the paperwork and fill it all out. And so those brownies that are delicious are also by a student who owns her own business. And then last but not least back there, we have Shark Cookies, because this is part of Clark Tank. And those were made by Dough Is Me. It's kind of tradition that she makes it. She's actually graduating, and she's going to be continuing on with this business post-graduation, and she's going to make a run of it. So she's very good at putting her cards out there. And again, she makes us some sharks for this. That's amazing. I also wanted to say thank you to Jack Rogerson and to Alyssa Martinez for doing our live stream. This is Jack's very last time. He started in the pandemic when we did everything online, and he has live streamed and recorded all our Clark events. And I guess I could say that, Clark University events. He's just, as you can see, he rolls in his stuff and he's good to go. But he does all this, he's just amazing. And he's graduating. But Alyssa is here, and she is in training, and so it will be seamless, I'm sure. The other person that I want to thank before we move too much further is Danny Purdette, as he puts some yummy food in his mouth. He is my program photographer, so he'll be running around taking pictures, so smile. And he does a fantastic job at that. Last but not least are these paddles. The judges, you probably won't see these because I'll be sitting back here. We need to stay on a time frame so we get out of here. I've got puppies that I miss already. I'm sure everybody else does. I will be sitting here. Pictures, you'll be able to see this. If you see this, you have 1 minute left. I'm sure you're very familiar with this. And this means stop, because I've been told you have 10 minutes. Is that correct? Okay. Our MC, Mai here, will be, she will be watching these for you, so no need to really worry about it. Judges, same with you. If she says we have time for one more question, it means we're right in that 1 minute mark, but don't worry too much about it. If this comes up, ooh, that's not good. But we will stay on a strict time frame. I think that covers all of the housekeeping. Yes, the live stream is on here again. Have friends, family. I know somebody was talking to their parents in Brazil just a few minutes ago. I hope they're watching. And I think that's it. So I am going to turn it over to Dr. Jordan to say a couple words. Did you come up here?
Couple words.
Couple words. You had to come up here.
I want to make this very short because this whole event is for the students. That's something we don't emphasize as much as I should. That the only reason we're here in this room today is because of our incredible students. That's it. So our job is to support them, let their great ideas just fill us with hope and potential. My hope, as it is I know from many of my colleagues, is that this generation of business leaders is going to change the world. They have to. There's no other option. So I put my trust and confidence on these young people that are going to be presenting tonight as we move forward. I want to thank all of our guests who've taken the time out of their schedules to want to come to Clark and spend some time with us. Emily, one of my all-time favorite students, a rock star.
Rock star.
No question. Andrea Ello, our assistant dean at the School of Management, and we would again not be here if it weren't for Teresa Quinn for all of her work in organizing this. So thank you, Teresa, and thank you all for just being here, giving the energy that these students need, and let them shine. So can't wait to see it.
All right, now it's your turn, Emily.
There's not much more to say other than thank you. Thank you to everyone who's been here and who's traveled so far and who have supported our students from the beginning. I was just at a Clark wedding in Chicago this past weekend, and the question I get the most is, how are the students? What are they doing? Are they different? I always say the students are great because they're still passionate. They still love community. They're still doing the same things that we did, which is doing what they love. And so to the students that are here, that are about to pitch, good luck. I'm so proud of you, and y'all gonna rock it. So thank you, everyone, and let's get started.
All right, I'm bringing up our MC. This is Mai. Watch out for her. This woman has more energy than the sun, all right? So I am going to turn it over to you, and you can get it started with our first
Thank you.
speaker.
Well, I'm so excited to be here, guys. Are we excited?
We're so excited.
Let's try that again. Are we excited? Yes! Okay, I'm personally super excited, super proud of everyone. And let's just have a fun time, really. My job is a lot easier than all of you. So I'm just going to have fun with it, and I hope you guys do too. So our judges, please, can we introduce ourselves? Tell a little about ourselves, say your name, where you're from, and what your business is, or why you're here to support us at Clark. I'm looking straight at you, so I'm like, do you want to start?
Hello, thank you for having me tonight. My name's Ryan Cohen. I'm from Natick. I live in Hudson now. I got my master's here in 2018. I'm a disabled veteran. I was a paratrooper who had a bad jump. And Clark was a big reason I was able to get on my feet. So Really love it here. Appreciate you all. And I work in cannabis. I have 3 different companies, and yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Katie Cella. I'm the president of Bel Toro Consulting, a growth strategy firm helping startups and small businesses grow their businesses, mostly focused on go-to-market strategy, business plans, pitch decks, all of that good stuff, sales, marketing, operations. Prior to that, I was in management consulting, so if you're familiar with Slalom, like Deloitte's Accentures of the world. And I graduated from Clark almost 20 years ago, so it's been a little bit. It's very fun to see how much the campus has changed and is still the same. And I just really love being here and hearing all of your ideas. So if I can be of help, following this, I really encourage everyone to reach out. I have found jobs from past professors and people who've spoken in my classes, and so really take advantage of the network that you have here. All of us want to help, so do reach out. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Frank Corsetti. I'm a graduate of the Graduate School of Management. I was on the advisory council for many years, sponsored your school at Fidelity Investments, where I spent the majority of my career. We actually brought this program onto our campus there. Spent 25 years at Fidelity in many different roles, and left there and currently an angel investor with 2 angel groups in the greater Boston area, and I'm on several for-profit and non-profit boards. Great to be here.
Hi everyone, Howard Goldstein. I am from Yonkers, New York. Not terribly different than Worcester, which is one of the reasons I loved going to school here, and graduated in 1980, which is more than 20 years ago. So I went on to become a lawyer, but quickly decided that I would not be very good at it, so I decided to be a venture capital investor, which I was a little bit better at, and I've enjoyed doing that for the last 40 plus years. Worked largely with institutions such as Lehman Brothers, if you remember it, they used to be in business. Citicorp, still in business, Invesco, and started my own firm about 17 years ago. And I've been listening to pitches for the last 40 plus years, and I really look forward to hearing what you guys have to pitch tonight. Thank you.
Well, thank you, judges. I hope you enjoy the food. I hope you enjoy the presentations. And first up, we're going to get started. So I'm excited. Let's do it. All right, so first up, we have Benicio for Home in One. And, personally, as a broke college student, I would, as much as fun it sounds sleeping in a bouncy house castle and or a hammock on the green, I do prefer an actual home. And so hopefully Benicio can help us with that. So let's get started.
Hello judges, my name is Benicio Root, and I founded Homes in One, the all-in-one home search tool. How I got here. I grew up with a lot of experience and time spent in the automotive industry. My parents met in finance at GM, and my grandpa worked at Ford. So there's been a lot of time spent in the automotive industry in my family, and that led me to starting my own detailing business. I run a 100% natural SEO detailing business. I'm the #1 rated mobile detailing business in my area, which is Wenatchee, Illinois. But you're probably wondering how cars connect to houses. I was always looking at cars for sale, and so was my dad. So we use this website a lot called Auto Tempest. One of the cool things about Auto Tempest is it brings all of your search results into one easy place. Now once again, you're still probably wondering how this relates to houses. My parents loved redoing houses, so they were always looking at new places for sale. My dad often complained about the fact that it was hard to find a bunch of houses for sale, and it took a lot of time to switch between websites like Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com, etc. As I was walking one day, he and I were talking, and we came up with the idea to take something like Auto Tempest, and I'll show you a few examples of Auto Tempest. So Auto Tempest, what makes it cool is it sources from multiple websites. In addition, it has a greater keyword search than anything else that's currently on the market. As you can see, it pulls all the results and gives you everything from multiple websites like Cars.com, like AutoTrader, like Cars Gurus. The problem, there's nothing like this for real estate. There is no one website that will pull from multiple sources, meaning that when you go to look for a house for sale, you won't be able to find every single option. This is partially because Places like Zillow and Realtor.com don't pull from places like Facebook Marketplace. This morning, I went onto Facebook Marketplace in the Worcester area and took a look. There were over 150 houses listed for sale, none of which, for the most part, are on Zillow. Industry data. We see that mortgage rates are on a decline, and as of now, they're on an even greater decline than expected. This means that in the future, there will be more potential home buyers as it's easier to afford that first location. The solution, Homes in One. Homes in One puts all of these websites into one easy location to make sure that the buyer can get all of their results in one place. This means that you don't have to keep continuing to switch between websites anymore. My competition? None. One of the cool things is I have no competition because I pull from all of these websites like Zillow, like Realtor.com, like Facebook Marketplace, meaning that instead of competition, they're an aid to me. The revenue model. My planned revenue model is to generate revenue through ads on the website. The reason why we would generate money through ads rather than charging a subscription price is because other places like Zillow, like Realtor.com, are free to users, meaning that users would rather pick them over a paid website. The ask, I'm asking for $2,000 to go towards real estate licensing and my beginning prototyping web design. And I have a matched marketing, I have a matched amount from a pledged investor to match for marketing. My marketing, as I mentioned, my detailing business runs solely off of SEO. I have never once paid for a single ad, and that has continued to lead me a successful business to now. My hope for this company would be to get into places like Yahoo Finance, and I understand the cost associated with that. Additionally, places like real estate conventions where I could get the word out and hear feedback from real estate agents along with potential customers. And so I'd like to say thank you and ask you to consider using Homes in One for your next home purchase. Can I answer any questions? Yeah.
So what would you do to keep copycats away?
Of course. I think the answer is that as of now, it's a hard website model to exactly keep copycats away. However, the hope would be that if you are able to grow fast enough, there's nothing like this in the market, so if you can get ahead of other people and have these platforms ready and built by the time that you release them and start to release it to the public, then you should be the first person to get results.
Can you speak a little bit more about the financials for your revenue model, what it looks like in terms of how many ads you need?
Of course. So this is just approximate advertising data and revenue as it's grown over time. But more specifically, I would run ads on the website. I have found on average that it would take you around 1,000 to 5,000 ads per day that you'd be able to run. I cannot give an exact price as of now because it varies, essentially depending on how many visitors you can get.
What are the problems that people that go on the other different websites, what problems do they experience, and
Right.
how will this?
So the
how will
key
this
problem
work?
is the fact that you're not getting all of your results in one place. In addition, it can be very difficult to source on these websites and look for keywords. So whether you're looking for 2 parking spots, like a 2-car garage, or whether you're looking for a pool in your backyard, one of the convenient things is Homes in One would make this keyword search much simpler than any website has so far. But to answer your question about what makes it better or what makes it different is the fact that it's pulling in addition from places like Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, which do not source to the MLS.
And so is that going to be run by software, AI, or is that going to be a manual thing for you?
For the most part, that would be done through software and AI to locate these.
Which is to be developed.
Yes, to be developed. So.
This is the second time I've heard today from someone pitching a business that there's no competition. So I begin to get a little concerned when
Right.
someone says that, because if there's no competition, something must be
Right, so
wrong.
that is a great concern, and I think that the answer to that would be that there's nothing like this on the market that pulls from multiple websites, and the reason that there's no competition is because we are using these other, Zillow, Realtor.com, these other websites. However, as of now, there's nothing like Homes in One that pulls from multiple locations.
Why hasn't someone tried this? What's the reason for that?
From what I've seen, for the most part, it seems like a lot of people can't figure out how to get those right keyword search functions on a lot of websites. And so that's been the key issue with, I think, getting this into one database.
Sorry. So as far as like the plugins with the you know, the Facebook Marketplace,
Yes.
how would that work? Is that do you have to pay them for those kind of leads?
So the
or?
nice thing is, because you're pulling it and you're still showing that it's Facebook and Facebook owned, you don't have to pay for it. Rather, it's just something you're pulling off and putting into essentially like a mini website within your website. So that's the nice thing, is you don't have to pay.
But they're still getting the fees, correct?
Yeah, so exactly.
And you're not taking any of the fees?
So you're not
from
taking
this?
any of the fees or intercepting anything like that, and that's part of where you have, you know, going back to your question, part of where it doesn't become an issue with Facebook, with Zillow.
And you're talking about getting 100% of your revenues from ads?
Yes. And part of that's because if we make a paid, you know, a paid user, it kind of voids the website, because places like Zillow, like Realtor.com are free, and you know, many first home buyers would rather use a place like that.
Have you tried doing this with Gemini? I think of, right, you know, ChatGPT and Gemini.
Right.
I asked Gemini for everything. I asked it to go research
I have not
every
tried
aspect.
that yet, no.
You should try that, because it does pull together information
Yeah.
from many sources.
Thank you for the
And
suggestion.
what my concern is that, you know, AI is moving so quickly, and information is going to be fully democratized.
Mm-hmm.
And so solutions that pull together information, they're going to have a tough time being defensible. So I would definitely look into that and see, because if it can't do it, then maybe you have something really unique,
Right.
and you can build on top
Right.
of that for other additional capabilities.
Thank you for your advice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Have you considered the response from some of these enormous companies when they find out that you're doing what you're doing?
I have to an extent. However, the nice thing is, on the automotive side, like I showed you, there's a website, the website Auto Tempest. They have not received any public, or at least any public visible backlash or issues with any other automotive company. So obviously, I would just hope that it's the same as of now.
I have one quick question.
Yeah.
So MLS is pretty much king when it comes to this type
Right.
of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Do you envision kind of playing nice with them, or?
So that's the great thing, right? Is I don't have to actually deal with the MLS, right? By pulling from places like Zillow, like Realtor.com, they're the people who deal with the MLS. So that's not something that I have to get involved with. The convenient thing is that places like Zillow don't always have the same results as Realtor.com due to issues with MLSs. So by having all of those results on one website, you'll always see every, you know, result.
Awesome.
I give two last recommendations. One is, as you think about this, you know, is there a place for also listing rentals?
Yes,
Because that's, you know, also a similar pain point. And then the second is, can you have this be a way of gathering data that the others may not be able to fully see, so that you can provide some sort of data service,
Right.
right? Maybe the data
Yeah,
is
so
what
I
you
think-
actually
I
sell
think
and get acquired
That's
for.
the convenient thing is, you know, places like for sale by owner, which would be on Facebook Marketplace, wouldn't be in the MLS. So you'll get access to stuff like that, which websites like Zillow wouldn't have, and vice versa for Facebook. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Last question, judges, if there isn't.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, well, sweet, thank you. I know going first is probably the hardest part, so that's over with. We're good to go. All right, so next we have Yahaira with Gen Scholars, and personally, me as a broke college student, I am very excited about this because I'm about to go and do some research and look up her socials and get some scholarships from her, because I personally do need the money. So let's get ready for Yahaira, yeah!
So, hi, my name is Yahaira, and I am the founder of Gen Scholars. Gen Scholars helps students find scholarships. So, as a first-generation low-income high school student, I wasn't worried about which college I would get into, but rather which would fit into my financial reality. However, I didn't have to. I came to Clark, a private institution, for free. Here at Clark, I came across so many new people, a new network, new perspectives, and new opportunities. Here's a picture of me at Harvard University. I am a data science major, and I was able to go to this conference called We Code. And I wouldn't have been able to go here if I haven't, my professors wouldn't have told me about this conference. And my professor also told me to apply to the scholarship, and I got it fully funded for, so I'm really excited about that. And so what is the problem we're trying to solve? So we're trying to solve the lack of awareness and guidance that us first generation students, but also students in general have. A lot of us don't know about these conferences, don't know about scholarships, and so that is what Gen Scholars is trying to provide on social medias. We are also trying to solve the problem of the limited time we have in our final high school years. We are too busy applying to colleges that we don't have time to apply to scholarships. And so a little bit about the industry. So the total student loan debt in the United States alone is over 1.77 trillion. Over 100 million in scholarships are not claimed every year, and students could be applying to these scholarships to get rid of their student loan debt. However, 42% of scholarships cannot be found through a simple Google search, and that is why Gen Scholars is here. So our target market consists of three markets. Our parents, college students, and high school students. We are targeting parents because these are the people that will be picking up the tab if students do not apply to scholarships. We are targeting college students because they realize they got into their dream college, but they can no longer afford their dream college. And we are targeting high school students because we want to avoid that mistake. And so a little bit about our competition. We have Daniela on the left side and Gabby on the right side. These are two scholarship gurus that started the industry back in 2020. This is a relatively new industry now on social media. They have overtaken Instagram and TikTok by providing resources on there. However, their program costs a fortune. It costs over $1,000 just to get some help on applying to scholarships. And the point of scholarships is to avoid the student loan debt and trying not to pay for college. And so what Gen Scholars is trying to do is provide resources for students. However, on Instagram and LinkedIn, no scholarship guru student has ever overtaken LinkedIn yet. We are actually the first to go on LinkedIn. And we are going the business-to-business route. So businesses will be sponsoring me to come speak to students, hold speaking events, workshops on how to find scholarships, and that is how we will be getting revenue for our business. And so one scholarship at a time. As I said, we are on Instagram and LinkedIn. Currently, we are over 1,500 followers on LinkedIn and over 150 followers on Instagram. And I have also helped a student, mentored them through the scholarship application, found a scholarship for them. They have won over $5,000 for their fall semester of this year. And you're probably wondering, why me? So I am a 14-time scholarship winner, now 15-time scholarship winner, and I have won over $100,000 in scholarships. So a little bit about my revenue. How will I be generating money? So as I said, I will be mainly focusing on the business-to-business route. Businesses will be sponsoring me to host workshops at a speaking event or a conference panelist, just like WeCode has panelists coming in. It could be a nonprofit or a for-profit business, and they would pay me around $200 to $1,000 per event, depending on like how many students come in. And so 4 events a month is $800 to $4,000, a scale of that. And we are also providing a business-to-customer route. I think this business-to-customer route is very useful because some students do need an extra help, an extra push to apply to scholarships. So I will be providing a personalized scholarship list where I will personalize and tailor the students' hobbies and interests, and make sure their scholarships, make sure they have a better chance at winning these scholarships. And so it will provide 15 of these scholarships, and it will be a total of $100. And 1 hour one-on-one mentorship call, which is tailored to parents, but also to students in general who have questions on scholarship essay or the scholarship application in general. That will be $100 as well. 10 lists a month is $1,000, and 4 1-hour calls a month is $400. Altogether in 1 month, it will bring me a total of $2,200 to $5,400. And so how do I find my target market? I have started here at Clark University. In the past month, I have held a workshop here at Clark on how to find scholarships. And I'm helping students here and I'm also building my credibility, practicing my public speaking, and that's how I'm doing it here. And then my marketing is through Instagram and LinkedIn, as I said. I want to make sure I target the parents, the high school students, and the college students. And I'm also networking with other content creators. This is Jade Walters, who is an early career content creator who has given me advice on how to go about this since I had no idea, and how to partner with brands. And so my ask is a content creator kit, which contains a tripod, a Canon EOS R50 camera, and a microphone, and it was a total of $900. This will create better content for me on Instagram, but also LinkedIn just launched their video format Reel, which is in beta right now. And I would love to overtake that platform as of right now, because if you're new to the platform, you actually get put on the algorithm and more people see you since it's just starting out. So I'm really excited to get on that platform. And so if you invest $900 in me, I will hopefully double that. And thank you. Scan to connect with me on Instagram and LinkedIn. And also thank you to my mentor, Tara Stremecki. This is Gen Scholars.
So I want to make sure I understand. I understand why students and parents would pay you, like they're paying the other two women who are doing this. I assume there are others. Why would a business pay you anything for speaking engagement?
Yeah. So a lot of businesses like to sponsor conferences like Harvard We Code, or also like just workshops in general. And I think as I reach out to these brands, they will be able to pay me. So it will make it like, it'll be like a partnership, if that makes sense.
I'd just like to follow up on that because that confuses me a little bit. Your target market are parents,
Yeah.
high school students. Wouldn't there be a better way? I think you'd be spending a lot of energy on LinkedIn without a lot of return. I'd be more focused on how do I get to the parents especially. Maybe it's through parent-teachers organizations, school fairs, when they bring college night on board, things like that. I think that's where your business is going to come from rather than a conference.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't understand the conferences well enough, or how frequent they are, how large they are, what they draw in for potential clients. But I'd be really trying to target, how can I get to the person that's going to pay me to do this?
Yeah. My target is mainly brands, but the ultimate goal is to target parents, college students, and high school students. So through my workshops, I want to target them, if that makes sense. But yes, I do want to target brands mostly.
Have you been able to close any businesses who want to sponsor your speaking engagements?
I did on Friday have a meeting with this organization who's a nonprofit. They have a scholarship going on in Bronx Community College, and they wanted me to come speak with them. I didn't get any money, but I did speak in front of students and help out. So.
There may be opportunities for you to speak at various conferences in some lead gen capacity, right? You may go there, some people may look into you, but it really will be around building your credibility. I think you could have partnerships. So if you have a very targeted list that is curated and more unique than others, you could go to all the different coaches out there who are already serving the parents and the students, helping them write their essays, and you could sell that list and your services to them, right? So you can think about partnership revenue. The other thing is, if you are able to actually generate a lot of these leads through LinkedIn or TikTok, you could pass those leads off to those people. Because one of the concerns I have is, how are you going to scale this if it's just you? Are you going to teach other people to be able to do this? Are you going to use technology? But if you're really passing along leads and having other people do the work, you can get a lot more revenue for less effort. So consider your partnership strategy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was worried about the travel aspect of the conferences, unless you wanted to keep it hyper local to wherever you're at, because that 800, 2,000 gets eaten up pretty quick on a hotel room, or
Yeah, it does.
But I think the B2B aspect has some legs. I just think you need to refine it kind of a little bit beyond conferences.
Thank you.
So the scholarship world is ever changing. How are you going to know what the latest, greatest scholarships are and who they pertain to, and what's the best avenue for somebody to go after that? Is that a software thing, or is that something you're just doing through contacts and
Yeah,
your-
that's
your-
definitely through my contacts on LinkedIn. We always keep in touch with, like brands always keep in touch with them, and then we all just keep in touch. So I know when scholarships are too low of applicants, so that's when I start posting them. Yeah, it's more of an insider thing.
This sounds a little bit like a consulting role. Have you,
Yeah, it
have
is.
you thought about making this a consulting business?
Kind of.
Because parents will pay money to get money, for
Yeah.
sure. But, you know,
Yeah.
it sounds like a consulting role. And that's not a bad
It's
thing.
more consulting,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just, I don't want students to pay me to get scholarships, because like the whole point of paying for college is to not have to pay, like, you know? So
Right.
that's what I'm trying to avoid, but yeah, I could go into the consulting rate.
The other thing would be to look for businesses that do have very strong relationships with various schools, who are always trying to, put people through their programs. Because you may be able to have, specific relationships with them, or if you become a preferred speaker, right, you get access to those locations and that, or to those opportunities, and that might also help you with lead gen. But I think what we're all kind of feeling is, how do you scale it, and how do you really drive revenue? Right, because it's tough when it's you doing that and you're relying on network. How do you have someone else do that, right? So think about how you might scale it.
Okay, judges, last question.
So if you decide to go down the consulting route, you may want to consider offering a performance fee-based compensation, right? In other words, if I get you a grant, I get a percentage of it, right? The incentives are really very nicely aligned for you and the client, because you're like a broker. You're not going to get paid unless you're successful. On the other hand, that business will be difficult to scale and get outside investors for, because it's a service, it's not a product. But you could be very successful doing something like that.
I think that's the right approach for your revenue.
Yeah.
Take a percentage. Somebody gets a $10,000
Yeah.
scholarship, to be happy to pay X.
Yeah. Sweet.
Good job.
Good job.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm excited about that one. I'm about to go do some research, get some money, get some scholarships. All right, so let's get the energy back into the room. All right, so we're going to get ready for our next person, which is Chandra Dita with Connect AI, which I think is great, because personally right now, where I'm stressed out with finals and work and more finals, and I just don't have time to do it all. So hopefully he can help us out to get this done. All right, let's give him a hand.
Hi everyone. I want to know how many of you stand up for innovation. Can you raise your hands, please? Oh my God, so many people. So here we are talking about Connect AI, and I am Chandraditya Ghosh. We are imagine a world where virtual meeting feels as tangible as face-to-face encounters. Let's go deeper. Now, I'm Chandraditya Ghosh. I'm presently pursuing an MBA here at Clark University in Business Analytics. Prior to this, I am an alumni of IIM Ahmedabad, which is ranked 26th all over the world in MBA program. I also hold 10 years of work experience. I have been working in a bank and IT in managerial capacities. My team member is Deboshmita Halder. She is currently leading the AI and machine learning landscape in IBM. Our mission and vision, as I talked previously, we aim to revolutionize how the virtual meeting works. What is the problem presently? The present problem actually is it lacks immersion. Like, we all know that there are multiple virtual, things like Zoom, Google Meet, and Microsoft Teams, and all those things. But do you think that all of it actually gives you the real face-to-face aspect of it? It lacks immersion. So that is where we come into. Let's understand how the industry is currently working. So post-COVID, the landscape has accelerated. The remote working landscape has accelerated. What exactly is happening is businesses are transferring to online, rather work from home. But after all the restrictions are over, now businesses are calling back their employees to to their offices. That actually is hampering the work-life balance of the people or the employees, and it actually is enhancing the commute problem as well. Now let us also understand what exactly that the real estate market in India was valued at 41.6 billion in 2022, which is projected to grow at 241.82 billion by 2032. That's almost 8 times just in India. Worldwide, the global market is $35 trillion in 2022. Why I say this, I'll come to it. Now the value proposition. Why implement Connect AI? So first of all, we aim to reduce cost by implementing, by reducing the cost structure, how companies work. That is mainly done by our focus on trying to reduce the total office cost, like the operating cost. We also try to enhance the employee well-being by fostering healthier work-life balance. Now, what is the business idea? The idea is to construct a virtual workspace that actually functions, fosters functionality and efficiency of a traditional office setting without any physical constraints. Immersive technologies like AR and VR are used to foster real-time experiences, so that the meeting experiences are actually gives you an immersive feeling of face-to-face interactions. We also have those advanced AI integration into the system. Now let us understand a bit about the global video conferencing market. So the market is predicted to grow rapidly. The current market is 5952.64 million in 2022, and it is expected to grow at a CAGR of 8.35% up to 9633 in 2028. Here I just noted down 2 of the competitors, Zoom and Google. There are other competitors, but those are smaller in number. Just see the market share of those 2 competitors. That's 95%, and see the valuation of the global video conferencing market. What are the advantage of Connect AI over its competitors? So the first thing, it offers a truly immersive experience through the technologies like AR and VR. It also offers more engagement with the consumers, with the people who are interacting with the system. So the video conferencing opportunities are enhanced, and remote working capabilities, which companies are working on currently, are enhanced to enhance multiple folds, and that actually reduces their office structure cost. How do the money come in our business? How does the money flow? So there are 3 aspects to it. One is subscription based, the other is hardware sales, where we sell the AR VR object and the headset. Then there is after sales service. The main thing is the recurring the subscription model. So that has 3 particular points to it. So one is the recurring revenue streams, where people can connect. People can pay recurring fees over a month, or quarterly or annual subscriptions. Our pricings are tied. That basically means that for different customer segments, we have different pricing. We also have multiple subscription packages, allowing customers to shift from maybe if they want to cancel at a certain point of time, so we ask them to pay for that amount of time only. Our spatial focus, like we are a startup company, so we have some specific focus. We don't want to lose out on our business. We don't want to lose out on customers. So we have spatial focus on our customer retention. We manage our customer churn through use of AI. We also use ARPU and other technologies to understand the revenue forecasting and optimization. Why do we do this? This actually benefits us to offer a strategic pricing, upgrade paths, and promotional campaigns that we do based on the data-driven insights that we have. This is our finance structure. So the cost of the product development would be around $20,000. We need $2,000 for our website development and SEO. Operational cost for a year would be $300,000. Marketing and sales expenses are $25,000 for a year. The hardware cost per VR is $250. We have already, in talks with multiple vendors from China, and we have been in connection with them. So $250 is per headset cost for a 1,000 order minimum, and we have a service and installation cost that might come into effect. So what is our sales projections? Going with the sales projections, we expect to sell at least 2,000 units. That is the minimum thing we have calculated, and the estimated sales revenue would be something around 3,90,000. And the first year subscription would be included in the selling charges, and the net profit after deduction of all the cost would be 1.35 million. Our target segment is specifically B2B, which are MNCs and big enterprises. Our strategy is to target company CEOs and CTOs who are the decision makers. We also want to do industry tie-ups, and we are also looking into event marketing so that and attend special events where there are they talk about technological innovations. Sales is a very important part of the game, and what we do in our sales is the product offerings based on the subscription model. We also offer a promotional discount, which is $250 per item. Then there is projected profitability that we talk. So we are already, the projection is already a profitable in the very first year. These are our user acquisition strategies and we focus to launch our product by October 2024. The initial focus is early adopters and technological, CTOs and CEOs of big companies. Customer engagement is a very important thing, so we kind of understand and plan to do pilot programs to onboard new users and facilitate seamless integration. Now, this is about our investment ask. But before we go into our investment ask, I'd like to clarify one thing. All that our competitors like Zoom or Google Meet works on, like they allow for white space, they allow for meetings and other things. All those features that they allow, we have it in our system as well. The only difference is we work with the AR/VR system that kind of makes it real-time face-to-face interactions. What is our investment ask? We are presently looking for $2,000 for our SEO and website development. And I really want people, all of you have already championed for innovation. So anybody who has championed for innovation, I believe would be a part of this innovation that we talk of. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that presentation, but I don't have a feel for how your product works. How does it work? What is changing about what you're doing to the experience? So I'm zooming into a meeting, instead of zooming into a conference room or to a bunch of folks that are also zooming faces. What am I seeing? What am I doing? What's different? Most importantly, what's making the meeting more productive?
So I'll go deep into it. So the first thing, Zoom meeting is just meeting, on the camera, on the mobile, you see face to face. There is no background. That is not real time. That is real time, but that is not like you are not in a real office kind of a scenario. What we do is B2B, and we are targeting the big companies. So suppose you are this is a room, okay, this is an office space, and you have multiple cameras installed in it, and that actually builds up a office space kind of a scenario. When you use that AR/VR headset onto your, from your home, you kind of enter into a virtual workspace where you are into your office space, even though you are not. So suppose you are sitting at your home right now, but you are currently present here. So it kind of gives you a feeling that you are there present right there, but you are not. So that kind of.
So to follow on to Frank's question, I think you would do yourself, this is a great idea, by the way, I think. You do yourself a world of help if you came up with a way to develop a demo, okay? Just a demo.
Yeah.
Whether it could be just some demos are little black boxes with nothing inside, but it's got to be something that you could show people that they could appreciate what you're talking about, right? They understand intuitively what you're talking about, but they can't really, they don't understand it until you show it to them. So if I were you, I would focus on building a demo, not building up the technology. It's going to cost a lot more than what you think to develop this technology, but to have some sort of a demo using the existing AR, VR that's out there to show people what you're talking about.
We are already almost done on that part.
Okay.
So we are already working on the technological innovations, and we are already implementing it on the process of it. But at the moment, I don't have a demo to show you. But I really take this opportunity that later on, at some point of time, I'll definitely try and show you.
Great, thank you.
So you mentioned that you're going to be going after large-scale enterprises. Have you done any research as to what industries or size of organization, or like some cut on it, right? Like that's a huge elephant to eat. So what niche would you go after first? And then the second question is, have you done any potential customer interviews? Have you had conversations to explore if they're really having this problem, or if they would be interested in the solution, and how the procurement works for those organizations?
So, not in a very aggressive manner is that been done, but I have been working in a bank, so I have had, conversations with my top management, and they are really focused on it. They are really excited about it, and they are looking to implement it in the banking scenario. So my first client is almost done. So as soon as I, get it off the ground, I would have it done. I would be getting my first client. But my primary target are all companies, big enterprises. It's not specific to a specific industry, but it's specific to companies that are looking to adopt to remote working space and, fosters innovation in the near future. Like in an office kind of setup, it costs multiple millions of dollars a year. But if you can reduce it, that actually benefits the organization to many folds. So that is the innovation that we are looking into.
Okay, judges, last question. Sorry.
Go ahead, Frank.
Whoever
Oh,
wants
please.
it.
I was just going to say, so this sounds like a software and a hardware play. Like, I would consider maybe, and this is like a big, like, I don't want to be overbearing, but I would say maybe you could, shorten the distance to get where you want to go by leveraging existing VR headsets.
Actually, that is what we are doing. We are not, not innovating the headsets. As I mentioned, I am looking to, buy it from some vendors through China.
Gotcha.
In China, so and we are buying it in bulk. So 1,000 orders they are giving us at $250 per piece. So that kind of reduces the cost to us, and we are selling at $1,300 per piece. So and with one subscription, 1 year subscription fee free. So that is where the profit comes in at the very first year, but later on, as we grow, there would be subscription charges, and if we can, grow it exponentially, like we can sell multiple VR headsets, then obviously the headset cost will also reduce, so that people can afford it.
Gotcha.
Well, thank you. Okay, now we're almost on our second to last before the break. And personally, my favorite topic is next, which is jewelry. Because as you can see, I do not have enough jewelry on me right now, and I will be going and buying some more. So, personal favorite topic, super excited. Now, let's welcome Sophie with Supremacy.
Supremacy, which provides unique quality jewelry for unique people. So just a little bit about me. I've been making jewelry since 2020. I originally started it as a hobby, and I found, I considered it my art, and that's something I still carry with me to this day. My jewelry I best describe as goth, so it's a part of the gothic fashion industry. And since 2020, the goth fashion industry has been experiencing a trend resurgence in the US market. It was valued at $1.4 billion in 2022 and is estimated to hit $2.3 billion in 2032, which is an annual growth rate of 5%. But beyond the trends, there are so many people that see goth as more than just their clothes, it's their lifestyle, it's who they are, it's their community. So even when the trend dies, there's still a whole market for me to tap into. My biggest competitor within this market is other small handmade jewelers. That tends to be chainmail artists, and the biggest difference between me and chainmail artists, like this piece up here, is that these artists have to create each of these individual links by hand. So a piece like this will take 2 or 3 hours and will probably cost $200 or $300. Whereas my piece that I made right here only took me 20 minutes to make, and I sold for $35. So the current problem with the gothic fashion industry is that it is overrun with mainstream brands like Hot Topic and Spencer's. They provide really cheap but low quality jewelry that will instantly tarnish and irritate your skin if it's sensitive. Their styles are also super outdated. The modern goth doesn't tend to shop there. They want small businesses, they want artists, they want people like me and my jewelry. So as you can see here, my jewelry is extremely stylish. This is what people want to see today. And obviously, this is where supremacy comes in. Beyond being extremely stylish, I also use entirely hypoallergenic materials. I use stainless steel for everything, so it's also waterproof and tarnish free. It's not going to irritate your skin, it's not going to turn it green, and I offer it at a very affordable price point. I also bring in a specific artistic vision to each of my pieces. So it's going to be in style, and it's also going to be super unique, and it's going to bring out your outfit. Since 2021, I've made over 1,400 sales. Over 650 of those sales have been at pop-up art and thrift markets, where I've attended markets in a total of 5 states. Over 300 of those sales have been in retail locations. I've had my jewelry up in a total of 3 stores in 3 states. I'm right now working on getting my jewelry up in a 4th and 5th store in the Massachusetts area. I've also made over 440 sales on Depop, which is where I sell my jewelry online. On Depop, I have a 5-star rating with 176 reviews. Again, that gives me a total of over 1,400 sales since 2021. And obviously, my customers love my jewelry. I have a lot of repeat customers. On the right here is Mandy Crimmins. I originally sent her partner, who is another clothing designer in the gothic fashion industry, I sent her partner a custom piece for free as promo, and Mandy loved it so much she came back and has ordered a total of 3 custom pieces of her own from me. And it means a lot to me that Mandy, who is a singer and songwriter in the rock music industry, wears my jewelry, because that means that I found my target market. Goths are really into music and subculture like that, so if someone like Mandy is wearing my jewelry, it means I'm doing it right. I also have sent my jewelry out to a couple of influencers on Instagram. This is Dre. She's wearing a custom choker right here. Every single one of these influencers has promoted my jewelry of their own accord and then come back and ordered something else from me. As for marketing, I do a lot of my marketing on Instagram. I send everyone to my Instagram page over there. Now I have over 1,000 followers since Clark Tank and Moo Tank. And I take out paid ads on Instagram. For every $1 that I spend on an ad, I get another follower. And for every $10 that I spend on an ad, I make at least one immediate sale of a custom necklace for $30. That's the most direct numbers, though. I have a lot of people that come and watch and will end up buying later. I also rely a lot on word of mouth for my jewelry. It's really important to me that people love my jewelry and want to share it with everyone else. This is Vincent Goldmine. They are a drag artist in my hometown of Burlington. And they wear my jewelry and talk about it all the time. I've had plenty of people come up to me and already know what my jewelry is because someone else has told them about it. And Depop as well does a little bit of marketing for me. They push all of my jewelry out to a new audience for me, so I don't have to pay for it. It's already included in the listing price for the pieces. So I have a wide variety of products, but my most popular is by far my one-of-a-kind necklaces. I sell those for $30 to $40. On a $30 custom necklace like this one in the middle, I'll spend about $3 on the chain, $3 on the charms, $1 on the jump ring and clasps, 50 cents on packaging for a total cost of $7.50. That means my profits are over 400%. For a pair of earrings, my average price is $10. I'll spend about $1.50 on all of the materials for that, giving me a profit of 670%. My ask today, I'm going to ask you for $1,800 today. This middle column is what each of these things cost. So I would like $600 for marketing. I would like a $100 budget a month for the next 6 months for Instagram and Facebook ads. And I expect that I can generate an extra $3,600 of revenue by the end of the year from those ads. I also would like $200 for custom chain tags, so at the ends of each of my bracelets I have the extension chain and a tag. I would like that to be customized because I think I can add another $5 onto my price for having those tags. I would also like $1,000 to go into manufacturing. Now that I have a great custom new logo, I would like to put that on a charm so everyone can wear my brand and my logo on them. And to get started on that, I need $1,000. I expect with this investment, I will be able to make an additional $14,600 by the end of the year. Thank you guys so much for your time and for listening to my presentation. If you would like to contact me, I am Sophie Lee on LinkedIn. You can email me, sophieprimacy@gmail.com, and I'm so excited that my website will be coming soon.
So the manufacturing money, is that gonna help you scale this? I mean, you make these all yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell me about what the manufacturing money is gonna go to and how it's gonna to increase your production.
Absolutely. With the manufacturing like that is, I'm thinking about scaling up, and I would still be making handmade things. I would just be ordering custom charms with my logo on them. And I can increase the price for my pieces, so people can buy those at a premium, and that way I can make the same amount of pieces, but still be able to make more money and build this business.
So that's a different market than your custom stuff though, correct?
Well, I can still make custom stuff using the charms.
Yeah.
Is the point, is I'm the only one who has the charms, and I can use the charms the way I've been using other charms, but now it's just mine. So you have to come to me to get those.
Thank you.
Is Depop like Etsy?
Yes, it's more for secondhand clothes. There are definitely a lot of handmade sellers, and that's why I can stand out in Depop and why I've done really well, because I have handmade stuff on there.
Have you explored Etsy? Has that been?
I have. I found they have just really high fees, and you kind of get lost in the noise because there's so many people on there.
Okay.
So this is a very big industry, you've clarified that, but extremely fragmented, right? You don't have very many players that have been able to reach scale in this business.
It's less about reaching scale and more that the values that my target customers hold is they want to go to artists and small businesses, and they'd rather not go to like a big corporation.
So you really don't have plans to, you're limited in terms of how much you could scale this business.
Yeah, in a sense, definitely. But I think as I grow my customer base and I build upon my craft and I get more specialized, I don't need as big as a base as much as I need loyal customers and dedicated customers. And that's what I'm building right now and what I'm working on right now.
Can you hire people to do what you're doing, or you have to do everything yourself?
I can absolutely hire people to do what I'm doing. I just like being the person to do everything.
All right.
Is, for the market you're going after, is there a higher end market in there above the lower cost things? In other words,
Yeah, there
what does that
absolutely-
look like, and how could you enter? You're not in that right now, but
Yeah.
what does that look like, and is that a potential?
Yeah, the higher end market tends to be more of like the chain level artists that I was talking about earlier, other handmade artists, and maybe they use finer materials, maybe they have more skills or something to work with. There's a lot of goth jewelers already in the high end market. So I can enter that market, and I think I would do well there, but there's a bigger market for me for what I am able to do in the more affordable range, yeah.
As a father of 2 young girls, it's, you bring up Claire's and Hot Topic, and, everyone knows their stuff is really low quality. So I think that was good that you could provide an option that's still affordable and that people can resonate, like with the, the hometown story. And my quick question is, sourcing as far as raw materials, like, do you have a good grasp on that to increase your margins? And
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I already buy my supplies off of wholesale websites, I can get charms for as cheap as like 2 cents per each. It can get up to like $2 or $3 per, but I already have a really good grasp on the places to go to for the highest profit margins.
Awesome.
And with your retail, are you selling wholesale orders? Are you going into boutiques? Are they buying from you? What does the revenue model look like for retail?
I kind of work with each of the individual stores. I currently have one on commission and one on wholesale. I'm about to add another on commission as well. As for when I do commission, the businesses take anywhere from 20 to 50%, and I adjust my prices accordingly. So if they take 50%, I'm going to price them higher, make sure I still get paid. And then when I sell for wholesale, I talk to the businesses about what specifically they want. If they want some of the custom pieces, I send them $20 per instead of like the 30 to 40 range.
Is this in the mainstream stores nationally? No, it's all, it's all
They're all
niche.
small businesses.
It's all niche.
Yeah, all of the places are Target are locally owned small business. They tend to be in the secondhand and art markets. Yeah.
One other thing I would recommend is I loved how you showed like where the money is going to go, how much it's going to drive, and that you showed your profitability. I would add in your hours because where it says like 600% profit, what we don't see is how much time does it take you to create, and what will you be paying yourself eventually? What is your time worth? And if you're going to add in other people to make the jewelry, that'll be a serious cost that you have to consider. So just one recommendation would be to include that so that you make sure you're really paying yourself.
Okay, thank you.
Good
Yep,
job.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, yay. I will be switching from gold jewelry to silver jewelry now, guys, so I'm excited about that. All right, so right now it is 7:23, so we're going to come back here in exactly 10 minutes. So 7:34, so we can start at 7:35. Okay, awesome. Thank you. No, you're good. Alright, let's get started to sit down, grab your drinks, food, whatever you need, and let's get started with the next round. We'll wait for Oliver. Sweet. Okay, well I hope you enjoyed the food. I know I did. I was like eating everything on that back table that there possibly was, so I'm excited for this. Alright, so we have 3 more pitches to go, and then the final deciding factor. Yay, okay. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get started with Buddha, with Rishav and Swami. And for this one, I'm excited because I personally have always had to take care of my grandparents and making sure they're getting home safe and everything like that. And so I think a system like this to help take care of them and making sure that I'm not the one that has to sit there and play cards with them, even though I love them so much, I think this would be awesome. So let's give them a round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. I am Rishabh. And I am Shomo. And this is our brainchild, Buddha. Better understanding and dedicated. Loneliness is an issue that affects people of all backgrounds and ages. With the rise of nuclear family, that there is a decrease in familial support. From my own experience, after my grandfather died, my grandmother lived alone for 15 years. Being her only grandchild, I visited her regularly, once a month or twice a month during my teenage years, and more during my college days. She was a very hardworking and diligent woman and managed everything on her own. My greatest regret is that in her final days, despite living with us, her decline in health condition, which could have been addressed earlier using regular monitoring, went unnoticed. This oversight allowed minor problems to escalate, showing how important it is for early and vigilant care. My reflections about my grandmother's last days highlight a common regret many families face, not recognizing or acting on the health declines sooner. This situation shows the importance of regular communication and checkups. We can fight these issues with regular communication, community programs, technology integration, and in-home healthcare. So, according to data, 50% of the elderly in India lives with their own family, compared to the 6% of United States. US elderly face their loneliness, especially due to the dispersed familial structure of their household, compared to the close-knit family structure of India. This difference highlights the need for a better elder care support system in the United States. With aging comes many challenges, such as retirement and loss of income, changing identity, physical disability, sensory loss, social isolation, and so on. Loneliness also incurs many health issues, like weakening immune system, increasing the inflammation, heart diseases, depression, and even dementia. The solution, connectivity and assistance. We are building a connected senior community, a platform with care which features initial services like daily monitoring, appointment scheduling, daily routine mapping, and connecting with friends and family. Also, we plan to provide dedicated customer services like voice calls, which are for free, and reporting results. This combination empowers seniors to stay independent, connected, cared for, fostering a sense of security and well-being. Our future plans are expanding the senior care platform for a seamless experience, which would include services like weekly grocery delivery, weekly laundry services, and weekly medicine delivery. Benefits of this integration: is for the convenience of the seniors, as it would be one platform for all their needs, simplifying daily life. It would improve the well-being and bring peace of mind for the elderly. So this is the key statistics in the Worcester region. So the population of Worcester is 205,319 as reported on 2022. 12% of the population are seniors, that is 24,638. Out of those 12%, 34% of those seniors are living alone. So this is the data. So they are living alone. The median household income for seniors is $26,793, and there are around 3,164 senior workers currently residing in Worcester. Our services will help them with amenities from the comfort of their home on a very reasonable budget. So this is the market research we have done. So there, we can also say that this is the competitor analysis, because these facilities, the elderly care facilities, are our direct competitors, or else we don't have any competitors right now. Our potential customers in the US is around 70 million, which would increase with like 30 years, and there will be a rise of 20 million in the next 30 years.
So what is our business model? So our business model is providing an affordable subscription plan. The $17 plan would involve monthly services for the delivery of medication and groceries. The $25 plan would involve the bi-weekly delivery of medicine and groceries, and the $30 plan would involve a weekly service of all our services, which also includes laundry. We are also offering a free, easy-to-use app which will have a very simple interface. It will have a dedicated button that will allow for free calling services, and also have a community-based approach that would allow the elderly to connect with each other similar to them. Our ask is $1,872. It will help finance the Google Workspace service, which is $21 per month, the GPT service, which is $5 per month, and the Zoom voice call API, which is $30 per month. That combines to $56 per month and $670 per year. We need to build our own app, and that's why we also need to hire a full stack developer. That would cost around $1,000, because we too alone cannot do it. We would also need to buy the Firebase database service, which would be around $200 and more, depending on the larger our app and our business grows. So our profit model, for our profit model, we are actually taking into account only 20 initial customers with the basic plan of $17. Our net income would be $340 a month. Our service cost and the monthly payments would together be around $170. So the $170 remaining would be our profit, which would amount to around $2,040 in a year, if we count only the 20 customers and the basic plan. This is our contact. You can contact us through LinkedIn, through our mail, and our phone number. Thank you.
Can you just tell us about the experience your customer is going through? What does it look like? I saw somebody in front of a screen. I mean, what does the day-to-day look like for your client?
So it's mainly focused on
Is it all services, or is it?
So
you
like
said a
it will have
community
two facets.
experience. That's the loneliness factor.
Yeah.
I think, if I'm not wrong, your product centers around a community experience.
Yeah.
Can you help me understand that a little better?
So our product would be like provide two facets. One would be the service, and the other would be like, since most of the elderly don't really like get to mingle with others of the similar age, we'll provide a community where they can just log in and then talk to people of their own age, probably become friends with each other, and then maybe become better friends in the future. So this is the start that we are actually focusing right now, and then we plan to use the same app that is going to provide the community to also provide them with the services through the subscription models, which will help us to negate many of the other subscriptions, such as the Amazon subscriptions or the Walmart subscriptions, which actually if you do not take them, they'll cost they'll charge delivery costs. So per delivery it would cost around $5 or something like that. We are planning on completely do away with that and provide these services, the delivery services, through our own caregivers.
And who are you selling this to? Are you selling it to the consumer or to their children or to who?
So we are selling this to both the children and, if possible, the consumers, because not all consumers are in the state to actually provide some cognitive decisions. So those people will obviously have some caregivers, relatives or children. So we are planning to sell this idea to their children, as well as those who are little bit not that old, but still old enough to feel lonely, to them as well. So let me explain it in the form of age gap. So let's say even a 55-year-old guy is an elderly, and an 85-year-old guy is also an elderly. So the 85-year-old person will not be able to make proper decisions for themselves. So they need their children to take decisions for them. But the 55 or the 60, they still are capable of taking decisions for themselves. So we are planning on pitching to both sides.
And if I may add, the median salary for seniors or household income for seniors is around $26,793 per year, and there are 20%, as I saw in the data, 20% elderly are there whose yearly income is around $10,000 per year. So our services will also have two sides. We'll be providing free services for the community-based platform, and the other service, that is the product delivery and grocery delivery and medication delivery, will be a subscription-based plan. So mainly we will be targeting the elderly to use our community-based app, which is free, and we'll be targeting the children to use the product-based services.
Thank you.
How does this plug into the healthcare system, and what are the plans around regulation, HIPAA, information security, all of that?
Yeah, so we are working on that because initially, we plan to develop a AI model that would work on these on daily mapping and scheduling. We're planning to do that, and we are not really far into this that we know all the regulations, but we are trying to focus on that and develop our systems.
So my uncle, his friend actually is a doctor here in UMass, and one of other friends' daughter is works in the healthcare industry in Boston. So they are helping us with this, and we are steadily progressing. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
How are these folks going to be able to afford this service at the income levels that they're at?
So that's where another issue actually comes, but it's not for us. The issue is for those who are the low income people, for them taking the $17 plan is mostly would be the best option for them, but we are planning for those with the lower income to contact their children to take all the steps for them.
If I may add, our $17 plan would cover all these services, like grocery delivery services. So if you go to if you check the subscription plans for other companies like Walmart, Amazon, so the monthly services they provide is they add up. You can't get everything in Walmart, you can't get everything on Amazon. So you have to subscribe to those plans. And that amounts to more than $30, I would say, per month. So our $17 plan is a very
unlimited delivery for $17 a month.
Yeah.
And how do you guys make money doing that?
It's not unlimited. For $17, it would be the delivery of entire thing once a month. No, we are gonna provide these services once a month for $17, twice a month, bi-weekly for $25, and 4 times a month for $30. And at the moment, we are currently not focusing that much on the profit, but more on the service, so that we can focus on profit in the near future. But the profit is still there because the delivering these services. For example, let's use Uber as an example. So let's say we contact a driver who's going to deliver this. So let's say the driver is going to go towards the main street, or what's the name of that? Of the
City Hall.
Yeah, towards the city hall. Towards the city hall. So all the deliveries that will be done in that direction will be handled by the same driver, and it won't take that much of a time. So and cost as well. So we actually calculated them. And
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, awesome, sweet. Well, guys, the next topic is food. Okay, we can get excited, please. All right, so our next one is on it with the International Food Hub, and I'm personally excited because, guys, who doesn't love food? Literally, who doesn't? So let's give her a round of applause and let's get going.
So, hello everyone, my name is Ana Gabriela. I'm an international student from Brazil. I was born and raised there, and I am glad to be here to tell you guys about my venture, International Food Hub. The aim is to promote a cultural diverse space here at Clark in Mid-South Worcester, and increase entrepreneurship opportunities for international students. So first, why me? I started a brigadeiro business here at Clark. They are traditional Brazilian sweets that brings joy to people. I'd say that chocolate is happiness you can eat, but some might not agree. In this case, it was a huge way for me to get in contact with my culture. I feel like it's easy to forget when you don't make an effort to remember. So trying to keep in contact with my culture in an environment that there's not much of a connection to Brazil. That's why I have the flags and just trying to incorporate a little bit of my home in my everyday life. And that is an opportunity I would like other international students to also have. It's easy sometimes to lose yourself, and I feel like food is something that we can connect to each other, and it's important in so many different cultures that I thought it would be an awesome way international students could impact the school and also the community. This is a FaceTime call I was doing with my dad while I was making some of the brigadeiros. So as I touched a little bit on that, one of the problems is the lack of connectedness and sense of belonging that most international students may feel being in a foreign culture. There's also limited job opportunities for international students. Because of visa restrictions, we end up only being able to be employed by the school, so I cannot as easily go to Starbucks and apply for a job. And we are 30% of the students here at Clark, but we are competing with everyone else in terms of jobs on campus. And another issue is the lack of cultural variety of food here at Clark, and that comes into my competition, because although the dining hall may try, it might not be authentic international cuisine. One of my other competitors could be other businesses here at Clark, at Main South Worcester, but also the distance. Many college students don't have cars, and that may impact how they could get that food. And also delivery apps are indeed an option, but it's usually a costly option that international students that are on a budget broke international students, or broke students, as our host has mentioned a couple of times. So International Food Hub would be the solution, bringing a cultural variety while also giving employment opportunities for students. I feel like you guys, as other Clark students, would also like to make a lasting impact on the school, and I feel like this is a great way to do that. A little bit of my market and data. My psychographics on my target market would be people that enjoy ethnic food and people that just it's willing to try something new, and also people that like food. Come on. But my geographics would be specific for Clark campus and Maine South Worcester. In terms of my consumer data, 68% of Clark students leave on campus, and people gotta eat. So sometimes we have the dining hall, but as I said before, we might look for other options. So I could cater to the 68%, having a local business for them to get their food from. And just as mentioning the 30% of students that are international, a taste of home might be an incredible way to keep in contact with your culture. And just the fact that you're able to provide something that it's like an effective memory, something that reminds you of your home or that you have other feelings attached to that. It's a way to create loyal customers. So I believe that there will always be someone there for my business. In terms of my marketing strategy, I'm planning on creating a website where we would have the menu options and information about the international cuisine or whatever dish we have on the menu. So I would focus on having those SEOs in the region of Maine South Worcester as my specific market, kind of targeting people that are looking for ethnic food, international cuisine, and all of this in this area. Also, doing a partnership with a school. The ENI has a mailing list of 700 people, and I could use that resource and kind of try to increase that mailing list by having like a QR code linked to my website that would also make them get into our mailing list. So increase that number and have people constantly hearing about the opportunities. So my ask, I'm here to ask for $2,000, and this money would mainly go to this cart right here. This is a hot and cold cart that would help us go mobile. So as my business for Brigadeiros this year, I do mainly catering because the school has to pay me. And in terms of how I can move things around, it's been a little difficult on having how to carry things. And as I can like scale or have different kinds of food than just dessert, I will need something bigger and mobile to make this happen. So the idea, I'm just going over, it just seems like just tables. So for a regular brigadeiro job, which are the chocolate truffles, I spent about $15 on the ingredients, and some one-time costs include $7. So my expenses would be around this, and I have $75 revenue at a catering event. So my revenue would go for $60. But with your help in getting one of these, I am able to do larger catering events. So not only desserts, but food, like larger food, like with rice, beans, or like bigger dishes, which would be stored in those places, making sure that our food is safe to eat and temperature controlled. So that could increase my revenue by a lot, and also my profit. I did an estimate of expenses increasing for the larger amount of food. This event would be for about, it could be for 20 people, while this event would be only focused for desserts. And the third type of event would be including both. I could target more people, and what would be kind of this expansion of market? I could target Gala, which is a big event that we have here on campus that gathers so many different students and people. So being able to offer food for clubs, there are always events happening here at Clark. And I want International Food Hub to be the first thing they think about. And they have large events that can cater to up to 100 people, who knows. And through this, I am definitely able to kind of get to that market. And so with that investment, I kind of project to double my revenue from year 2 to year 3. And following kind of the same business model as the Clark thrift store that also employs students, this new venture would expect to create 6 more jobs, as it's like a well-rounded team. So this is my ask, and I would like to know if you guys would like to join me in making a lasting impact at Clark. Thank you. Yes.
Where will you prepare all the foods?
So the idea is to have a kitchen. Right now I use the kitchens at school, but it is an idea in the works that we would have a specific space for cooking. Yes.
So one of the problems is lack of diversity in the
Yes.
food. How you bring other cultures?
There are many students, even a lot of students here, that have started businesses with Indian food. Jackie right there. There are other students that have come up to me as I go and present in various events that was like, I want to get into this. There's just so many people, so many international students that are want to do something. And
You would train them, or they would get proper training?
we would get food certified. As in Massachusetts, we need to have a licensing and a food certification. But they know their culture and their food better than I can. So the preparation that I would do and kind of like managing all of this is just making sure they're following all the protocols and we're food safe.
So the health department is involved in, you're selling food to the public, so what sort of involvement do they have? Is it what you said, the certification?
Yeah, so right now for the model that Clark uses for you to sell food at the pop-up, you have to have the Massachusetts food certification. It's an online certification. I think you pay $10, $15 max. But as we go for a larger scale, I would definitely look into what other certifications we may need. But we're definitely going to make sure everything is food safe and we're following all the guidelines.
So would this predominantly be catering, or are you envisioning a space? Like, is there another space around Clark that you could sell at?
Yes. So the reason for my ask is using catering, because I see kind of a gap in the market. A lot of the catering services we do at Clark is from outside, and I'm bringing an option for students to be the ones that are catering for departments and get student involvement. And the idea is to also cater to other spaces. So you could hire International Food Hub for other, that's future plans, for like year 3 or larger events that we can cater to a market outside of Clark. Because as we're being paid by Clark, it would still be okay in terms of our visa restrictions. It's just a way we are, once again, offering international students more opportunity to get hands-on work. And I know that many of us are very entrepreneurial, but unfortunately there are so many restrictions, and I'm trying to find a way and like make way so that we have a better chance on just understanding the world of business better, like hands-on. That is one thing that we might run into so many issues. And one of the values of E&I is just being hands-on. And I just want to make sure that other international students have the opportunity to do that.
I would consider, I don't know if you can sell at the bookstore, right? Like your chocolates, can you sell those at places like the bookstore or at sporting events, right? Can you set up space? So I think there may be other opportunities in a school setting besides just like catering for events of different places you could sell.
There is an idea in the works of having a food section at a Clark store, maybe potential. Maybe we could definitely find a space. Thank you.
Okay, last question, if you have any.
Thank you.
Great job.
Okay. I'll take it. Sweet. Yay. Thank you. Hopefully we'll get you some catering at the next one. Love to see your chocolates back there. All right, guys. Last pitch. So let's keep the excitement, keep the energy. We got this. Almost there. All right, so let's give it up. Our next one is, I'm personally excited about this because I love vintage, I love shopping, and yes, shout out to also the thrift store for that one as well. So hopefully Will can pull up some good fits for our No Hours vintage. So let's give him a hand.
Hey everybody, I'm Will. This is No Hour Vintage. If you couldn't tell, it's all over my chest and head. I'm wearing it. And yeah, this is my passion. This is what I love to do, and it is also a tedious business that I run. So founded in New York City, we can craft original upcycled garments. So yes, I'm from New York City. Started before college, and I'm continuing it hopefully after college. And yeah, upcycled, thrifted the T-shirt, thrifted the beanie. Everything is reusable, handmade, and yeah. Oh, excuse me. These are some examples for the pieces. These are thrifted Sherwin-Williams Dickies, Carhartt shirt. I do a lot of workwear, stuff like that. And then those are just from scratch, cut and sew project, tapestry pants. Why No Hour? What's the namesake? So, as many of you in this room might know, there's not a lot of time in the day when you're trying to do a lot of things. That's exactly what it is, the anxiety of like, damn, there's not enough time to do the things I want to do. And yeah, it began as a creative outlet, snowballed into a lot more. And at this point, it has become a kind of a two-part fashion and wholesaler business. So, yeah, more pieces, and again, unique one-of-ones. Now,
Can you go back to that for 1 second?
Yeah, of course. So yeah, these are half Dickies, half tapestry pants, some just classic double knees with the prints. I do a lot of screen printing. Again, everything is handmade and hand done in store by myself and that I work with. More examples, some mixed media stuff, bleaching, and then yeah, just some calm thrifts. So some facts. 100 billion garments are produced annually worldwide due to fast fashion. Nobody likes fast fashion. Just more garbage, more schlock in the world. We don't need that. 2.7% annual growth rate in the annual volume of the clothing industry. It's a growing industry. I'd like to be a part of that. And then I've said it a couple times. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what upcycling is here, but I'll define it again. It's basically going to a thrift store, finding something that's been used, and giving it a little bit of new life. And here's a for instance of a breakdown of cost of goods sold. Let's say I have this nice Carhartt t-shirt I thrifted. Let's say I paid $5 for it at a Savers. I print on it, which is cents on the dollar when it comes down to actual wholesale material. And then I put a patch on it. That's just personal labor. We turn a $5 shirt into a $45 shirt and we make about $40 profit. Now here's our demographic. I'd love it if this video would load, but that's okay. Yeah, so this was actually an event we held in the middle of East Village in Manhattan. And if it would load, it would show a very well represented just what my brand's about and the community that it fosters. But yeah, just to describe it, about 16 to 30. Street and workwear fans, and the common denominator that these people have is that they want to look good and they want to feel confident. And there's supposed to be a video there. So that's nice. But anyway, the wholesale factor is we work with a bunch of brands, most notably, here's our team. That's my guy, he's a alumni here actually, Andy Acevedo, myself. And yeah, our clients mainly, our most notable one is Owner 100 Got Junk. You might have seen those blue trucks going around everywhere. We've probably printed above, we got a job for them right now, probably above after this job 1,200 shirts for them, and we're gonna continue to do so. Yeah, just polos, sweaters, uniforms, merchandise, and then a bunch of smaller stuff. And here's a breakdown of our cost of goods sold on that. Just, you know, we'll buy the wholesale blanks, we'll print on them, they'll pay for the blanks, and then they'll pay us for the labor in 2 installments. Works out pretty smooth. And you know, we'll make like, this was a thing of 150, we'll make like 1,200 per job. So that's where the capital comes from, to pursue the passion, but that is the fashion part. And then why do we even have a wholesale division? Why not just have a fashion brand? Why does that matter? Why does that make sense? Imagine a fashion brand that doesn't outsource, that doesn't do manufacturing costs, that makes everything in-house and has the ability to handcraft every single part. Sounds like a win-win to me. Sounds like I don't outsource anything. It sounds like I have full, complete creative control. I like that. Now our objectives. You know, as time moves on, we're trying to get some meta ads going. We have an Instagram presence and all that, but we really want that digital presence. I'd like to get my stuff on top of that. And then scaling the wholesale operations. We have a pretty good client in 1-800 Got Junk, but if we can get more corporate clients like that, that would just give us double, triple the capital. And the way we do that is with a DTG printer. This cuts out about 100% of human error. It's essentially a laser printer. You put a t-shirt in and it comes out with a perfect image. Fun fact, we do have one right now. This thing right here. I got a U-Haul, drove to, anybody know Tewksbury, Massachusetts? Yeah, so I drove to bumfuck Tewksbury, Massachusetts, and got this for free, which is a $20,000 machine, so that was nice. And it is missing one $1,000 part. So that's what I'm asking for you guys today. This is a $1,600 expedited ticket cost. So right now we are in line to wait. We are number, I want to say about 100,000 in line at the DTG company. And guess what? It costs money to get yourself moved up on the list. And that's what we're here to do. We'd like to do it regardless, but the pitch donation would just expedite everything. It would give us more opportunity to scale. And yeah, that's what I ask. Thank you guys.
I'm trying to reconcile what you said in the beginning about buying stuff from vintage stores and changing it around and reselling it with 1-800 Junk buying, you know, multiple T-shirts, if you will, with the same screenshot on it. What am I missing?
Those are essentially two
different businesses?
They're essentially two different businesses under the same like umbrella, right?
Okay.
So we're collecting the profit from the wholesaler division. Both of it's being done by me and 2 other guys. So we're collecting that profit from the wholesale jobs, and we're putting that capital towards the fashion.
All right, that wasn't clear. So that's basically a T-shirt business, if you will.
Yeah, it's essentially a custom make.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Just trying to understand your market, and your thing with the Georgia Bulldogs caught my eye. Is there a is there a market on the college campuses for something like this, something different than normal?
Yeah, I actually, when I got here as a freshman, I was selling primarily on campus, and that was, you see a lot of.
I'm talking about a different twist to like a Clark shirt or a.
Oh, you mean like working
you,
with like Clark University merch?
Yeah, like what you were showing with that Georgia shirt.
Well, yeah, there's actually a different brand. This isn't about myself. There's a different brand that Clark actually went to for something like that, called Denied Approval. So yeah, there's precedent for that.
Is that something you're interested in? I mean,
not necessarily with Clark. I've
well, in general.
In general, yeah. In general, I take any job, but not really necessarily with Clark. I want to do more original stuff and just kind of stick with the upcycling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of work to procure all those shirts. Do you have like a small army to kind of go thrifting?
Nope, I do it myself.
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, but it's a fun form of gambling.
I like the one-of-one aspect. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just something I personally enjoy, and that's where the passion comes in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the magic, right?
Yeah, that's the part I like. And then I print out 1,000 shirts, so I got the money for that too. You know.
And what was your total revenue this year from both sides of the business and your profit? I don't know if that was on a slide. I may have missed it. Okay.
My revenue was, off the top of my head, we did about 5 jobs for Got Junk. Each one we made upwards of 1,000. I want to say about $6K for just wholesale. and that was just from the Got Junk account. We've done smaller jobs, we could probably round up to 7K. For fashion at least, to be honest, that is a full fashion project, and it's making money, but it's making money as I go along. I don't really count it, and I really should count it. But
Yes, you should.
This Friday, actually, I went. You guys know Saks Off Fifth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I found a stylist from Saks Off Fifth, and he really liked my stuff. So I went and sold him a $75 jacket. Gave him a free hat. He said he's gonna plug me into his connects, and he works with a lot of Afrobeats musicians. So just networking like that, you make a little $75, you plug it back into the business, and I really should start counting that. But yeah.
Thank you.
All right. That's it.
Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. Sweet. Okay. That was our last one. So can we please get a round of applause? You guys did great. I know it was stressful. Thank you for your judges too. Okay, so right now our judges are gonna go and talk with each other, have a hangout sesh, and decide everything like that. So the rest of us go and take a break, and then our judges, this is your time to shine. So
thank you.
Are we leaving?
yes, you're gonna go into that back room right over
Okay.
there. Yep. And did you get
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So yeah. You guys have about 10 minutes.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I've never A/B tested it. Yeah, I have, and it just depends on the video. Like some, like videos where, that's hard to describe, but there are certain videos where it's bad for you.
Rather than doing that, there can be like a rotation of student managers, and instead of paying me as a job, they can have like a percentage of the total profit from that job. But it would still, if that is just how people out there but we would put in the form of but just most of the underlying I know. I mean for the students that are gonna go for not it just maybe an hourly wage kind of because the fixed job makes it be for the organization.
Not Savannah. Well, the next time, hopefully I'll pilot to play. So that'll be nice. I'm going to Alabama.
Would I hire if there's like six jobs? There would be those six people there. Able to ask someone else. One time, okay, I
Too much platoon catch a little bit. I did. I started off that show, and then my mom. I was like too much. My dad was bad.
I know, I know my husband, but I know.
That's worse.
We're past time.
Yeah, the back's
Oh, do I have it? Yeah. Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah. But I was coming over to tell you that. So if you want to get
Yeah.
Let me just make sure you don't say it was that.
Oh, we can. I don't know where you went. Oh, there's Sorry.
flight down to Savannah and just like.
Oh, it's
yeah.
fun. I would do that.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
It's so
stand in the window of the two people. And then Will, can you go to that side, like more in the middle?
Good.
And then you stand in the middle of Sophie and Yana.
Thanks, guys. Part two.
Like that's what it is, which I will take because a dinner is I am ahead of time. Because it was our last week. So well, for my hard working.
This is my class. Yeah. So, and our
Jury has deliberated. I will be reading them off. Where do you want me to be?
Jack. Sorry, one second. Jack. Where do they for the mic? I know.
They can do what they've done up in the room.
Okay, I guess you can go right in the front and this mic.
Do we need the MC to get this going, or you
Yeah.
got this from here?
Yeah, let's go, Ma.
I mean, I think you're doing a great job without me. If I must, guys. Okay, hello everyone. You know me. All right, judges, how was it in there?
Great.
It was good. It was awesome. Okay, can we just get a round of applause for everyone? Because you guys are doing awesome. You're doing great. All right, I'm handing it over to the judges. You guys got free reign. I know it was hard talking in there. A lot of things were said, which I have no idea what it was, but hopefully all good.
We were eating pizza.
Oh,
Yeah, there was
guys, we forgot to. We didn't have the invite for that one. But all right, so judges, it's all you, and congratulations, everyone. So yeah.
Before I do this, I have to confirm one detail. Okay, and I start at the third place, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we have two tied for third place for 200 each, Holmes and One and Gen Scholars. We have selected these two because it's very clear we have capable founders with clear business potential, and that the additional capital will go towards honing your market understanding and your solution. Good job. You can do a photo op.
Pictures, yeah, photo op.
Yes, we're all into these pictures.
Big smiles.
Okay, our second place winner is No Hour. This is a $600 award, and you have received this award. You are revenue positive. You're using your commodity business to fund a passion business. You have a unique aesthetic and point of view, and you know your market well. The next time, know your revenue.
Great, thank you. God bless.
Yep, gotta get a picture of your check.
Thank you again.
Okay, our winner here is Supremacy.
No way.
We have awarded this to you. You have a well-running business with a clear go-to-market plan. You have a clear use and impact for the funds that have been awarded. You have influencers lined up, and you have a deep understanding of your market, and you have a very polished presentation. So good job. And we want to say thank you to everyone who presented. It was a very difficult decision, of course. We can tell that you are all very passionate. You all understood the assignment, and so continue to work on your ideas.
Nice.
Make two lines.
Start bossing you around.
You make two lines,
There
they
we
get
go.
the check people in the front, and then the judges alternate in between the windows of the people.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
Thank you so much, judges. Enjoy your t-shirts and your mugs, and we truly appreciate your time.
I know, right? No, appreciate it. This is awesome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's why I made sure to put that aside. I gave your wife one. Yes, just so you guys can drink your mugs.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We're getting old.